up, book nerds? My name is Hillary, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you a huge book unhaul. They have been books that I have been going through and I've had for a while and decided to get rid of. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't, and we're just going to go from there. And before we get into the video, hit that like and that subscribe button and you'll be the first to know when I'm posting. So without further ado, let's get right on into this video. Also, before I start, a lot of these books are going to be on my Pango Books account, so I will have that linked in the description down below. Just give me a couple days after this video comes out to have them all on there. So, alright, to begin with, we have some Stephen King books that I decided I'm most likely never going to read. And I'm ready to get them off my bookshelf so I can make more room for more books. And those books are Doom and Key, Carrie, Bag of Bones, and Desperation. The only book out of those four that I've tried reading was Carrie, and I just couldn't get into it. I love the movie, but just could not get into the book. The next stack of books that I have here are ones from Book of the Month, and I have read all of them except for two. And so let me just tell you what those books are, and I'll give you a little bit of a description of them or why I didn't like it. So the first is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is kind of like Mick Reeve from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's his story in a way, but of his kids. And it's the end of summer, and every year the kids throw a huge party, and things go out of control, and a house ends up on fire. So you're trying to figure out how that happened, and I don't know, it just, I love Daisy Jones and the Six and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I just did not enjoy this one. I think her books were more hit and miss. But yeah, if you want this one, it will be on my Pango account. The next book that I am getting rid of is one that I absolutely liked, and that is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I am only getting rid of this book because I'll never read it again. I really, really liked it, but I want to pass it on to somebody else who is going to like it. These next two books are the ones that I have not read from Book of the Month, and that is The Beauty in Breaking by Michelle Harper. I don't know much about this. It's a memoir, but I just don't think it's for me, and it's been sitting on my shelves for a while, and I really just want to pass it on to somebody who will enjoy it. And we also have You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I can't remember. I've read one of their books, and I just don't think they're the authors for me to read. They're like domestic thrillers. I can usually guess what's going to happen at the end, and I don't like that. So, yeah. We have All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I really enjoyed this book. It's a young adult book. It also has a movie. It was very sad, and I'm only getting rid of it because I'll never read it again. But, yeah, I think I gave it 3 or 4 stars on Goodreads, and, yeah, I really did enjoy this book. And then we have What Comes After by Joanne Tompkins. I enjoyed this one, just will never read it again. And the last one that I'm getting rid of is one that I really, really wanted to like, because I love this author's debut book. This one I just did not enjoy as much, and that one is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and it wasn't my favorite book by this author. I loved Red, White, and Royal Blue better, but yeah, I mean, it's good, but just not as good as her debut book. But I also am going to read her new YA book, so I'm not giving up on her yet. Alright, so these next books I'm going to be going over are just some YA books that I'm getting rid of, obviously. I don't know which ones will be on my Pango book that I'm selling. But yeah, let's get right on into this stack. The first book in the stack is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Really enjoyed this book. Will never read it again. I gave this book, I think, 4 or 5 stars. I liked it. I really want to read the newest book, but I think I'll just get it from my library to read it. Next book is The Betrayal by The Betrayal of Natalie Hargrove by Lauren Kate. Don't know what this is about. Don't feel like reading it. Then we have Wings by April Lynn Pike. Just don't need it on my shelves anymore, and I just have not gravitated towards it. Especially, like, I don't know if I really want to read it. So, it's getting out of here. These next 2 books are ones that I've tried reading and just can't get into, and those are The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey and Beastly by Alex Flynn. Just can't get into these books. Don't think they're my cup of tea. Love this movie, but yeah, this one is an Aladdin retelling, but just have had these for a while and don't need them on my shelves anymore. Another book that I'm getting rid of, I love this book, just will never read it again, is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I loved her first book, Everything, better than this one. I did enjoy this one, but I would rather watch the movie than read the book. Alright, these next couple ones are just ones I have not read, I don't plan on reading, and just want to get rid of them. And so those are Darkwood by M.E. Breen, The End and Other Beginnings by Veronica Roth, Wander by R.J. Palacio, and then we have Teardrop by Lauren Kate. This next one I read, but I'll never reread it. It's a YA thriller, and that book is I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick. Really enjoyed this book, kept me guessing till the end, and just want somebody else to get it so they can enjoy it. These next 2 are ones that I've tried reading, can't get into, so it's time for them to go, and that is We Are the Wildcats by Siobhan Vivian. Tried reading this, couldn't get into it. And Cursed by Thomas Wheeler. This is actually a Netflix show. I've tried so many times to get into this book and I just can't get into it, and I've had it for a while, so I think it's time just to get rid of it. And again, these next ones are ones that I will not read, and the first one is Infinity by Sherilyn Kenyon, Before, After, and Somebody in Between by Janine Garcia, Fall to Me by Mila Gray, and Hereafter by Tara Hudson. Alright, the next books I'm going to be talking about are adult romance books that I've read. Well, some of them I read, and then I'm just getting rid of them. And the first one is Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. Enjoyed this book, liked the first one a lot better, gonna get that one and get rid of this one. And then these next 3 are actually in a series. I read the first one, and no, not for me. It's too weird. And those books are Ice Planet Barbarian, Barbarian Alien, and Barbarian Lover, all by Ruby Dixon. Just, no, not for me. And so the next bunch of books I'm going to get through, I'm going to just tell you the names of them, and we're going to make this super fast. So we have The Catcher in the Rye, All the Pretty Things by Eddie Wadsworth, The Zookeeper's Wife by Diane Ackerman, The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, The Cuban Affair by Nelson DeMille, India Gate by Lacey Fosberg, Broken by Karen Slaughter, Tweak, Growing Up on Methamphetamine by Nick Sheff, The Dark Intercept by Julia Keller, The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty, Shake Off by Misha Hiller, Rosy Colored Glasses by Brianna Wolfson, Cartel Wives, A True Story of Deadly Decisions, Steadfast Love, and Bringing Down El Chapo, The Uncoupling by Meg Wolitzer, Crossing Ebenezer Creek by Tanya Bolden, Peculiar Ground by Lucy Hughes Hallett, The Hypnotist's Love Story by Leanne Moriarty, My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman, In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Deadline by Randy Alcorn. A Long Walk to Water, based on a true story by Linda Sue Park. The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. Yes Please by Amy Poehler. And we are down to the last 6 books. We have Outlander by Diane Gabaldon. I only am getting rid of this because I got a box set of them and like those ones better. The Temptress by Jude Devereaux. Blood Air by Emile Wayzeo. Your Truth or Mine by Tricia Sakleka. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Jane Austen and Seth Graham Smith. And last is Salvage by Alexandra Duncan. Whew, we made it through that list. Those are all the books that I am unhauling. Like I said, I will go through a bunch of them and upload pictures and everything on my Pango account. So go check that out if you saw some on here that you are interested in. I put them at a pretty decent price on there. And then the other ones I will take to like half price books to try and sell, or just take them to Goodwill to get rid of. But yeah, that is it for this video. Like I said at the beginning, hit that like and that subscribe button down below. And as always, keep on reading, people. Bye!